All right, here are the top breaking news for today, being on the 15th of July 2026. Politics and governance. Miami's asset forfeited. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the final forfeiture of over 48 properties linked to the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. The court ruled that the primary issue was the legitimacy of the funds used to acquire the properties rather than legal ownership. The PFIPC scandal escalates following the arrest of Adeniyi Adeyemi, the self-acclaimed Director General of the controversial Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council PFIPC, in an Osun State hideout. Political heat is rising. Presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, now representing the ADC, has publicly slammed the Tinubu administration, accusing it of opening the doors of the state to Adeyemi and allowing him to operate with false legitimacy. Atiku also questioned several irregularities in the federal budget. Obi demands compassionate leadership. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Nigeria Democratic Congress (NDC), reiterated today that Nigeria's vast potential will remain locked until the nation secures competent, accountable, and compassionate leadership. Court adjourns Accord Party dispute. The Federal High Court in Abuja adjourned the suit filed by Accord Party shifting Dr. Gbenga Alawepo Ashim to July 15. He is seeking a court order to force the party and INEC to recognize him as its official presidential candidate for the 2027 race after winning the May primaries. Security. Senate donates 50 million naira to Oyo victims' families. Following the successful rescue of the abducted Oyo school children and their teachers after 56 days in captivity, the Senate has announced a 50 million naira donation, 10 million naira to each of the 5 affected families to support the dependents of the teachers and security personnel who lost their lives during the rescue operation. Simultaneously, the Senate strongly cautioned Governor Seyi Makinde against demanding the United Nations-led probe into the event. This one shocked me, if it not shock you. Alright, let's go. New kidnapping at Kogi Exam Center. Government invade government secondary school, although Kina in the Kana local government area, Kogi State, abducting a secondary school principal, a NECO ad hoc staff member, and 4 students who were actively writing their exams. This one still shocked me. Alright, let's move forward. Economy and business. Foreign exchange rates. The Nigerian naira showed mixed performance today across the official and parallel markets, with a narrowing gap between the two windows. Market segments. Exchange rate per dollar. Status versus previous day. So these are the old way it gained the so much gain that they are talking about. Official NFEM 1,382 naira. Marginal depreciation from 1,380.50 naira. Parallel black market 1,412 naira, appreciated from 1,420 naira. Air Peace felt hit by airport ground accident. Domestic travelers have been warned to expect major flight delays and cancellations. An Airbus A320 operated by Air Peace was rendered completely unserviceable by the Murtala Mohammed Airport MMA1 in Lagos after a NSHCO baggage conveyor belt vehicle rammed into one of its engines. Alright, the picture, you can see the picture here. You can also see the picture. Alright, let's move forward. IPPG demands bold oil sector reforms. At the ongoing 25th NOG Energy Week, the Independent Petroleum Producers Group, IPPG, urged the federal government to review the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, and push for immediate reforms to transition Nigeria from resource extraction to domestic value creation. Health. WHO and UNICEF raise alarm on vaccines. The World Health Organization and UNICEF raised their latest joint eliminate of national immunization coverage, WUENIC, warning that global funding gaps could quickly reverse the record childhood immunization gains achieved in 2025 across poorer nations, including Nigeria. They called on governments to step up funding to counter vaccine hesitancy and improve disease surveillance. Education. Kano Police Academy extends admissions. Kano Police Academy extends admissions. The Police Academy in Wadil, Kano, officially extended its online application portal deadline. Initially set to close today, the portal will now remain open until Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026, allowing more qualified candidates to complete their registration. Infrastructure. Coastal Highway training for young engineers. Minister of Works Dave Umahi was widely commended today for the progress on major projects like the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Infrastructure developers highlighted that these massive projects are actively providing on-site training and technical capacity building for young Nigerian engineers. Additionally, Umahi is advocating for the establishment of a dedicated engineering college to sustain local technical developments. Entertainment and celebrities. The Headies move to Toronto. Organizers of the Premier Music Awards, the Headies, officially opened submissions for the 18th edition of the award. This year's main ceremony is scheduled to be hosted in Toronto, Canada, continuing the show's push for global reach. The gathering on 100 Hits Kano. MTN Nigeria bought its massive young empowerment and cultural campaign, The Gathering on 100, to the MENA Event Center in Kano. Thousands of young creative and tech enthusiasts attended to network, celebrate and exploit digital opportunities. Bolanle Austin Peters targets London. Highly acclaimed theatre producer and director Bolanle Austin Peters is making headlines as her hit stage play The Cafe, Diary of a Single Woman begins operations for its highly anticipated London debut. Foreign affairs. US-Iran strikes and energy worries. On the international front, US Central Command CENTCOM launched a fresh wave of strikes against Iran following a return to a naval blockade in the Gulf. In response, Tehran has threatened to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. The developments are being monitored closely by Nigerian economists due to potential shocks to the global oil markets. World Cup frenzy. Nigerian football fans are highly tuned into the ongoing FIFA World Cup in the United States. Spain secured their place in the final with a 2-0 victory over France in Dallas, marking their first final appearance in 16 years. These are all the top breaking news we have for today. Please join the live stream. Be our guests in the live stream. Support the live stream in every way that you can. And then join us while we debate about all these news articles, and as well debate about, who can be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2027. Also note, on Sunday we normally have box battles. The time for both the debates and the box battles, they are all 7 p.m. Nigerian time. So please do well to join. I normally come at 6:30 at times, so do well to join. Take note, Nigeria has a diversity of culture, tradition, and diversity of languages and ethnicity. Please do not promote hate in any of these categories, but instead let national building, national peace, national unity be our #1 priority. I remain the bitter truth, no time.